of the natal astrology wheel. And I basically pulled out one card for each house, and each house represents one aspect of your life. This is a good thing to do at the beginning of the year, mainly because it will, touch upon all areas of your life, so that we can identify early on where the sore spots are, so that we can go through the cards. So just let's get into it. So the first card represents your first house, and your first house is the image that you project into the world, the way that people see you. It's basically your personality and how people assess you. The Three of Swords in the reverse is, if you're going to get this card at all, it's better that it comes out in the reverse position, because it basically means overcoming challenges, obstacles, even bad times, and even, surviving the worst of it. A lot of new information, communication, and things like that have come to light during that Mercury retrograde period throughout the majority. Feeling a lot more, I guess, like it's a healing process, okay? And a lot of the times whenever there might have been hurtful words thrown around, it usually makes us feel almost as if, we're at fault, almost as if we're not good enough. And I feel with this card showing up in the reverse position, I feel that you're regaining your perspective. You're coming into a sense that, it's not just me. It takes two people for any interaction to go awry. So I feel that you're owning up to the things that you might have said or the other person might have said. And you're seeing this situation, whatever has transpired, in a very, I want to say like in an enlightened perspective, so that you're able to see that it's not just you. It requires, other people to contribute to a problem. So this is a card about, overcoming obstacles, overcoming challenges. And so you're heading into this year in a very, very, very hopeful frame of mind. I feel like a lot of you might have left behind old jobs. A lot of you might also have, this is the card that, the message that came out with this card is an end to a separation. So that can go two ways, literally ending a relationship, or, if you have been kind of like been a distance or have been estranged from somebody, this is a card about reconciliation and coming back together. Okay, so it's a very positive card overall. So the way that people see you as it relates to this card is, I feel that you're heading into this year, and especially this month, in a very jolly mood, actually. So whatever somber mood you might have, carried with you, your money, your finances, and your value system. So with the Queen of Wands, this is a very, very powerful card, and it indicates a person taking charge of their responsibilities, delegating responsibilities, taking care of things in a very structured, matter of fact, and a very courageous manner. So whatever, if you're dealing with like customer service, for example, if you're dealing with complaints from the company or the environment that you work in, what it indicates to me is this is a person that does not shy away from conflict. They want to resolve things, and they don't back down from a fight. It's not a confrontational energy, but I feel like it is a person that's very no nonsense. When there's a problem, they get their hands dirty and they fix it. So I feel that you're doing a lot of damage control. You're doing a lot of fixing up, and you're doing a lot of like, getting things straightened out, getting things in order. So as it relates to your money house and your finances, you know where to look, you know how to branch out, you know how to connect with other people in order to land contracts, in order to secure financial abundance for yourself, and in order to, take control of your work situation. So this is a very dynamic, ambitious, goal-oriented type of an energy, and it looks really good. As it pertains to your values, I usually think of this card as the card of the mother. I feel that value system is greatly imbued from the maternal side of the family. Okay, so if you were raised by your mother, even if your parents were divorced when you were young, or divorced recently, I feel like this card basically means that the mother figure might have been somebody that was very strong, very courageous, and somebody that is I almost want to say that pass down the qualities of, somebody who's hardworking, who's ambitious, who takes on a lot of responsibilities and knows how to, she knows her capabilities, she knows her strength. So I feel that a lot of a value system passed through from the maternal side of the family, okay? Maternal, I almost want to say like grandmothers as well. I feel like a lot of you might have like a very, very strong maternal vibe within your household where you really admire, look up to, and you imbue the values that was passed down through the maternal side. Not that the paternal side doesn't have anything to offer. It's just, I feel this coming through strongly. This is somebody that not only, can handle their professional life, their public image, and their work responsibilities, but they also run the home, keep the home very clean in a very meticulous manner as well. Now, in terms of your third house rules early communication and also your siblings. We do have the moon in the reverse position. So this is a card about enlightenment, okay? So whatever has been very hazy, very fuzzy, kind of convoluted, and there wasn't a lot of clarity, I feel that the communication comes through that is going to shine light on all of these things that might have been hidden or that might have been very confusing for you. So this is a card about, mental clarity, the fog lifting, and having all the information so that you are kind of like, so that you can take charge, so that you are feeling good about yourself and you're not feeling as if you're confused. So if you have recently, I feel like if you are recently, looking for work or even left a job behind, I do sense that there's more opportunities, and I feel almost as if there will be a lot more information regarding that last job that you left filtering through for this month. You might hear about some previous situation that might have happened, or you might have realized, what exactly happened that led to that demise. Okay, so there's a lot of clarity coming through when it comes to your communication, and I feel that you are communicating in a way that is also clear and concise, but at the same time that takes into account the other people's emotional needs. So I feel like you are a problem solver this month. Okay, you're like taking care of things, you're counseling or advising people, and you're doing so in a way where you really take into account what they need in order to accommodate them. So this is a very good card. As it pertains to siblings, and this is not going to apply to all. Some of us are only siblings within the household, but take the information that applies to you, and I would also encourage you to watch your rising sign specifically for this spread, mainly because it deals with the natal chart of the of astrology. So watching your rising sign, so I would say like watch your rising sign, your sun sign, and then your moon sign. Okay, so sun and rising would be very important for this spread specifically. As it deals with your sibling, with the moon in the reverse position, this is a card about people coming together as well, okay? And this is kind of like some thorough communication happening between siblings coming together, seeing a situation in reality, like seeing it coming into clear focus so that we have like a common goal, so that we have a common mutual understanding as to how other people work. So if there has been some type of estrangement or some type of incompatibilities between siblings, at least now you know how to work with each other. So I do feel like, in some ways, this might have been working at cross purposes with each other, having different goals. You could even have the same goals, but just different ways of doing things. So this is a card about compromise and coming together. It's a good balancing act for you guys. Fourth house deals with family, the family that you grew up with and the family that you create right now. And it also deals with the mother. So let me talk about the family that you're creating right now, the family unit that you're in, the actual living structure that you have created for yourself. We have the Nine of Cups in the reverse position. So if you are living in a space right now, I feel like there's an element here about this space where it's not like the ideal situation, okay? I do see an environment where it seems like they're saying there's a lack. This is a card about indulging in abundance, okay? And just overall, it's a positive card that indicates abundance. So in the reverse, it feels to me like there's a little bit of lack. And I'm getting specifically lack of privacy. So I don't know if you're living with like other people, you're sharing space with other people, and it feels almost as if there's just a lot of people around. You don't have a moment of peace. You don't have your own privacy. And then on the extreme end, you could be sharing even a room with another person. And it just feels a little bit claustrophobic, a little bit cramped, and almost as if you don't have the privacy. It's not the ideal situation, but I feel that it is still very doable. It's still very manageable. And so I do sense if you are dealing with this, it's a good idea to start sorting this out, because family life or environment is actually very important. So if you're dealing with this, don't let it, situation taken care of right now, because it can snowball. Okay, just something to think about. What I'm also feeling as well with the Nine of Cups is I get this sense of like the walls closing in. So claustrophobia for some of you, feeling almost as if, yeah, so lack of privacy is what I'm seeing the main focus. I do see dirty dishes, you know, people using dishes and not cleaning them right away, so that can be a little bit of a sore spot for you guys. Like, so talk to your roommates, talk to whoever it is that you're living with. Okay, I see like a kind of like a clutter and a messy environment. So I feel lack of space might be the problem here. What I'm also getting here as it pertains to the mother figure, and this is, whoever raised you, and if you are married, it could also indicate as well, the mother, but usually traditionally in the natal chart, this is the house of the mother. What I'm getting with the Nine of Cups is it's somebody who might be, like on the surface, very polished, very, I want to say like very beautiful, dresses really well. And it's somebody who does care about appearance a little bit too much, okay? I feel that, she has very good redeeming qualities and things like that. But I feel like it's somebody who might be, who might not make rational decisions. So it's like spending outside of their income. So like being very extravagant with money, or somebody who could be like very, very calculating as well when it comes to money. I feel that this is somebody that you know, coming in for this year, this issue about, outer appearance and things like that coming through from the mother figure might be something that you will have to contend with for some time this year, and especially for this month of January, okay? Fifth house deals with fun, recreation, and creativity. And we have here the Temperance card in the upright position. The Temperance card in the upright position is basically doing things in moderation. So overall, it is a very, very good card. So I feel like, in terms of how much you're going out and enjoying yourself this month, I feel like you're doing it in moderation. So if you have been doing that in the, like if December was kind of wild and crazy because of the holiday season, then I feel like you're cutting back. And overall, this is a really good card that it indicates, being a little bit more responsible, being a little bit more, I want to say, like, you want to pick the options, like the options for going out that are worth it, worth the cost, worth the enjoyment, rather than going all out. And then I feel like it's in the upright position as well. So I feel like there's also a lot of opportunities for, outdoor activities, hiking, jogging, and things like that, as well as, nightly activities such as going out on dates and going out and having fun. And this is generally a very positive card. I'm getting a message here, so I'm just going to pull out one card for you just to see if there's anything we need to worry about with the Temperance card in the fifth house. I believe Capricorn got the same thing. So we have here the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is showing up in the reverse position. So don't spend outside of your limits, okay? I feel some of you might be in a situation where you're kind of like invited out with a big group, for example. And I feel like, the bills are being divided up between different people. And then somebody just